What's going on, everybody? It's Retro Handhelds 24, and today we are going to be looking at the Evo again. So, in the last two videos that I did, basically, I just took out the old thermal pad in here that was next to nothing, if you will, probably like 0.3 millimeter, and the heatsink back here. It wasn't making a connection, like there was no residue, no nothing. And this device that I bought off Facebook Marketplace didn't have it was new when the guy got it, but I remember when I ordered mine, because it was like the Indiegogo and he got his off Droid X, that website or whatever. There was a lot of controversy around the thermal paste, the thermal pads and such, because it was all over the internet. And a YouTuber, Bass Derek, he's the man. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe to his channel. Was like the first one I've seen about how to tear it down and really what was going on with the connection. So shout out to him for giving us that tutorial over almost a year ago. But so that got news to ANEO, and then they announced well, if you increase the thermal pad, you could get a black screen or this and that. So we could adjust the orders with a thicker pad, but not 1 millimeter, and then we'll add like grease or whatever, thermal grease. I forgot what it's called, but they add other stuff like. I thought it was paste, but it's apparently grease to help with the overheating. So this had none of that. It just had a weak ass, I would say 0.3 millimeter thermal pad that you guys saw. I took off and I replaced with a much thicker pad. And then right away the performance, it went up, we'll just say. And I rewatched my video to see like the scores. And so on gaming mode, and I had the GPU higher than I normally would on a GX3 Gen 2. It was a 827. So I would normally keep it at 794 at the highest. Unless I leave max alone just because that's in case of an emergency, I guess, or whatever. But gaming mode is like the ideal mode I want to be in for all emulation, unless I really need to go to max mode. So I did another test, and with the GPU at 794, it was even more stable. It was like 94% stable. And our loop scores were even better. They were still in the 4000s, but they were closer together. All I could ask for. So yesterday, I spent most of the day, because I only had my afternoon job. I was off of work in the beginning of the day, and I could have posted a bunch of videos, but instead, I decided to root the device, and I don't know anything about rooting, so don't ask me, because I had to learn. But if you have a computer, you would get this app, and then I did post it. If anyone's interested, I did leave a link to a Google Drive with like rooting, a teardown, a PDF about the teardown, and undervolting, which is the next thing I'm going to do with this. I don't know, maybe this weekend, maybe today if I find time. I'm really interested in doing it to even further the performance, get the most out of this thing, because I just love it. And if you guys are interested, just let me know, because I posted in a comment that DNA Duo commented on one of those videos, the tutorial, and the link is there, so I could just recopy it and paste it again if you guys are interested. That's where I got all the files. It took me a while to get it rooted, but I got it rooted, so what's the big deal? Because again, we have this software that comes with the device that allows us to change the performance modes, and then in here we have the ability to change all the clock speeds, the GPU. We have all that already. But if I want to do undervolting, I need to root the device, so I decided to do that. So that's as far as I got with that. And then the next thing I was able to do was my internet. So let me go here, and let me just show ya. Yeah, that looks safe enough. All right. So from rooting this device, I was able to get more details about what was going on with the internet connection. And this has been a big thing since I started this channel about this device and the GX Gen 3 chips. I have like multiple of them now, but back then I had not even this one, it was the other Evo that's over there. And I couldn't figure it out. I was like, this is not, I have Wi-Fi 6, not Wi-Fi 7, 6E, but it's pretty powerful. So after I rooted the device, I was able to look more into the Wi-Fi network and see what was going on, especially with the laptop and using like CMD, basically just type in a command to see like the pings for your Wi-Fi, and then it'll report back. And it turns out like this is, because here, let me go here. So it says type Wi-Fi 6, but I have it hooked to 5 gigahertz. And it works just fine. I don't lose reception. It's not as strong, obviously, but I could be next to my router and everything works now. And I didn't necessarily need to root the device to do that. I just needed to separate the bands on my Wi-Fi network, which I kind of had an idea like 6 months ago, but I just didn't want to do that because I was unsure of how everything else, like my Ring camera, like everything's connected, and some of them use a combo, some of them just auto connect to whatever the strongest that they can, but this one kept trying to connect to Wi-Fi 6, but as soon as you got closer to the router, it would disconnect, and it wouldn't just automatically connect to the 5 gigahertz. And this has been baffling me for this entire time. So I separated them. I was like, whatever, we're doing it. So I just made a 5 gigahertz network, and then just the 6 gigahertz network, and I separated the network. This probably happened to nobody but just me, and because I did that, I connected to 5 gigahertz, and this thing works like a beast. Our speeds are still fantastic. They're not as good as 6 gigahertz, but I can live with this thing now, even if it takes a while to even load it up. It works, and it works even better when I'm closer to my router. So in the office, this is pretty much standard, but it still keeps going. I'm okay with that score. Okay, that's way more than enough for me to stream, and that's way more enough for, streaming as well. Like 350 upload, that's completely fine. So I have this device back, and it sucks because I've moved on to a much more powerful device with that's not even on. A much more powerful device, G3 Gen 3, baby. And this chip is really where it's at. Like, I can't stress this enough. And it really sucks that A-Neo's A-Neo, and with the Conquer Fit, like, I go on the Indiegogo campaign every now and then just to see what's going on, because I have this device, so I'm not concerned. I'm concerned about getting a lot of content out there for you guys, so you know what the chip can do, what settings to use, and what kind of frame rates you could get, especially with PC games, right? Or Switch games even, because this thing's compatible and it's super duper powerful for a non-elite device. But this thing is way overpriced. Like, I would not buy this again. I bought this again because I got it on a deal, and I just love this thing. Like, I love this thing. Like, I'm going to get more into the rooting and more into undervolting and see what else I could squeeze out of it. But this was bigger to me than the Portal was, and the Portal worked out way better because, it just does. That's damn Gen 2 chip sometimes can just never be beat. But this whole form factor and design, I can't get over it. So anyways, I did a little bit of this in the beginning of my channel, so I stopped because, Wi-Fi was a problem, and then 256 gigs. But now we have a terabyte and we have 16 gigs of RAM. I mean, I could download some apps that would create RAM swap if I really needed to, but I don't even think that's needed, especially, with these two being 16 gigs. And if you have 16 gigs, it was never a problem. I don't see it being a problem now. However, If you're getting a Conquer Fit Elite or an Odin 3 that has the 24 gigs, we'll see. I'm gonna get the Odin 3 with 24 gigs. We'll see what that can do with that. So many more gigs. But I can't get over this thing, man. This is going to be, even on 5 gigahertz, this is gonna be my streaming device. Like, it's just a controller. And these buttons, like I said, I don't want to do that. These buttons, you can't beat them just because you can mash them and it's like a controller. They are a little close together, but these joysticks, like, you can't beat it. The D-pad's fantastic. I wish there was a start button up here. This sucks. This I've gotten very used to using, and back and like, you know, these buttons are so functional now. You don't have to swipe. You could bet that. In fact, let's open this, right? And you don't even have to swipe the screen, just up, back. Got rid of it. Is it still there? Oh, it is. Well, but still, I love the back function and the switching screen function. Awesome. So I did load up Eden and Eden Nightly so we could test some games out. I do have my performance mode set up, and I changed my GPU frequency on gaming to, I think it's 794. Let me see. Yeah, 794. The one thing I do regret about this is that in the teardown, I didn't switch out the fan. So this fan's kind of like weird. I would say like a whistly, noisier one. It's not louder, but it has that like maybe more of a whistle to it. And so that really sucks because I don't want to take this thing apart again to swap out a fan. And then not knowing if that fan from the other Evo theoretically would just work, right? But I don't know for sure, and I hate to mess around with stuff I don't know for sure is going to work. Like the thermal pad, I knew it was either going to work or it wasn't, and then need to be tightened, or I needed to replace the thermal pad, do it again. But one way or another, it was going to work. The fan, forget about it. If that thing, I take it out and the other one goes in and it doesn't work, and I take it out and put the fan that I had in here, and now that one doesn't work, I just don't want to do it. I'm scared. But we'll see. Can't put up with that noise. So anyways, we'll start with the most recent update to Eden. Now this thing was a beast back then, and it's still a beast today. You know, it's not as powerful as the G3 Gen 3. But if you tune it right, the performance is fantastic. And Switch games run fairly well. We're gonna start with No Man's Sky. I think I do have the update on here. Yeah, I never tested it out. I mean, it says it on the Pocket Ace, so it should relatively be the same. Let's go over settings. Speed limits up. We'll just do normal, and synchronize shaders, and then we'll go to Eden's Veil. It's nothing new, guys. It's all the same. I didn't specifically choose anything specific for this device. It was just all the same. So I don't even know if this will work. We're just going to find out if it does work. Yeah, but just like the Pocket Ace, it's going to start heating up. So we're going to try out the new Turnip driver 26 revision 3. We'll just see how it goes. And I've got the 20.5 firmware. Oh, and before we continue, let's go here. I did go on Reddit too. I did my homework, guys. You should be proud. And where is it? Is it custom or is it device? I did the equalizer. Because when I got this thing working, Wi-Fi working, rooted it, and I started like streaming from my PS5, I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, these speakers are garbage. So right away I was like, that's right, this thing sucks with sound. I haven't tested this out, so this is gonna be very exciting. We're gonna see how it sounds with this. This is on Reddit. I just copied it. Got a lot of good reviews, so hopefully this whole setup works out. If you need to pause it, pause it. All right, let's go to, and I don't know what mode I'm in. Oh, I'm in switch mode, good. And we'll turn it up. Oh, that's way better. At least it's louder. I don't know if it's better. I was cranking this thing like all the way up here to hear it. That's pretty good. That equalizer, they did their homework, because this thing actually has sound now. Now I don't know if it's good or not. You guys could be the judge. Why? And I wanted to start off in balance mode. Okay, we are. Already got the glitching. You know that means we gotta turn up that graphics to high. And I got the fan on low too. So right off the bat, Eden's got this game running over 30 frames a second. We're in balance mode, so it's not like the end-all mode. That's pretty badass. I thought this would be the same as the Pocket Ace. However, it's been a while since I tested the Pocket Ace. We still have glitching going on. Now, if I turn graphics to high, we're gonna lose frames for sure. So, when something's going on, I think I'm dying because it's like not a good area. But we hit 40 once. That's awesome. So let's go to gaming mode and see if we gain frames or lose frames. 38, 37. Ooh. I gotta put a background for the frames per second. 37, 36. Alright, so I think balance mode might be the way to go. Okay, and then let's go here. And we'll turn it to high and see how bad it plays, because that's what we want to. Crashed. So that was interesting. I'm impressed. Can't blame the game for crashing though. It is what it is. But let's keep it moving, because we got so many more Switch games to go through. And I always say that, and I always play the same ones. I know. I don't know. Let's try something different. Let's do Donkey Kong. But what's cool, guys, here, this is the coolest thing about this device, is the refresh rate. Now, there's your standard 120. There's 144, which Conquer Fit will have, and then we have the crazy 165. So let's put it 165. We'll keep it at one. Look at that. We're at 165, but it's just a start menu, right? That doesn't count. This was the most fun when I first started my channel, was testing the refresh rate and how many frames we could go. Because, damn it, I pressed the wrong button. A lot of people don't understand these Switch games are easy. And when you turn speed limit up to 400%, or if you just turn it off, it just goes. We'll do modern mode. It's crazy what you can get. You don't need to increase it to 400%. You could just, Ryan Retro, he does it all the time, or he just made an awesome video with a comparison of all devices except this chip, which kind of sucks. But he did the 865, the Gen 2, the G2 Gen 2, which is very interesting, and the G3 Gen 3 and the Elite. And of course the G3 Gen 3 beat everything because of compatibility and I guess just compatibility. The Elite just is not there with it yet, which makes me nervous because they already said, okay, this game's not loading. They already said that their Odin 3s were getting review copies, like Joey from Joey Retro Handhelds. He's getting his review unit. I mean, that's kind of puts me in a bad mood too, because like I'm excited to see it, but we already know. Like Ryan Retro, he just did an awesome video just on Switch, like comparison. So obviously, if you didn't get a G3 Gen 3, you're missing out. And on top of that, to make it worse, A&Eo's making it worse because they're gonna take like like I said, I looked at the Indiegogo page and like they're saying November 21st for people that didn't put in their shipping address. So you put in your shipping address and then is it that week, or do you still have to wait another week or another week? You know what I mean? Like going to be like maybe by Christmas they'll ship out all of them, or it's going to be like you're going to be waiting until January. I don't know. But if I get my Odin 3 before my Conquer Fit, which again I already have the chip, so I'm getting the screen and the form factor, but if I get my Odin 3, I have less knowledge of what to do with the Elite chip versus to do with the G3 Gen 3 chip, and that blows because their Turnip drivers are coming, but they're not here yet. Let's do Hades 2. I'm just saying, like, I'm more excited for the design of the Conquer Fit because of this is very similar to it. And man, I really, like, you guys really need to take advantage of those settings for the speakers because this thing sounds 10 times better. In fact, if you're interested, because I have two Evos for now, if you want me to do a comparison of sound, the other one's stock, and I could definitely put on some games on there that I have on here now, and then just play the same sound or the same game and see how it sounds comparison, because this sounds 10 times better. And I still got that glitch. Alright, let's see. Look at this, boys. 135 frames.
Vengeance for my family.
That's ridiculous. 134 frames. I love it. I love it. And it's cool because Eden gives you the temps too, so at the very least I don't have to pull out that the A&EO overlay. Once we get to like 100 though, boy. But let's see, I want to push this thing for a little bit, make this video kind of long like I always do. And I want to see what I could do without making the fan go outrageously loud, because I really feel like even with the HN2, I think they put a fan in here that's just way too loud.
Just a spell. It's just another spell.
And I think with the right thermal pads, I think reaching 100 degrees, I think we should be able to do this like 140. That's ridiculous. Alright, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. But I think we could play a decent amount before we get to 100 without increasing fan and all that jazz. I mean, this video is probably not going to make much sense to a lot of people, but to me, like, I'm so excited for this device. Like, for me personally, I have all these devices, and when I first ordered this is, and still is, one of the, like, the most exciting devices to have. The Pocket was, like, a very niche, like, without the case and everything, like, this thing was niche. Like, I wanted a Pocket S1, didn't get it. Then I ordered the Pocket S2 and hoped to God that, you know, I didn't really care about the chip at the time, but I hoped to God that it would connect to my internet. But I thought the stacked shoulder buttons right here, I thought that looked sick too. I was like, man, that looks like it's going to be awesome to hold. And it is. Don't get me wrong, it definitely is. But this feels like it feels like I always say, it's premium, like niche overpriced. Like that's what it feels like. It's a rich man's handheld, right? And this I always wanted the Aoneo 2, but I wasn't into PC handhelds at the time. I just thought the design looked cool. And when they came out with an Android version, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, and Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, I have no idea how. I watched T-Red Retro's video on this, and I applied similar settings, and it didn't work. So I don't know. He didn't use asynchronous shader, so maybe I'll take that off and see if it loads. But that doesn't make sense for this game, but who knows? The game is weird, right? I mean, the RAM's moving. Then it works, but maybe we could get past the loading screen. Oh, and when games are locked by 30 frames, like I'm pretty sure this one is going to be. It may not be, who knows. Kind of sucks with the power and the refresh rate because you can't go past 30. It's like the only time you can't take advantage of a higher refresh rate screen. But a lot of Switch games are definitely not locked by 30. It's building. It's building. It's crashing. It's crashing. Yeah, I don't know. To be continued on that game. But it's cool that we got to 60. Maybe it's a 60 FPS game we could play on Switch. And then Eden's been doing that to me. I don't know. And then also GameHub, as long as I don't have to log in. Brand new, right? Brand new. Put GameHub on here. Look at this. Ever since they went to the Play Store, like, are they doing something still? I thought this would be resolved by now, but no cover art, no nothing. I log into... Here, I don't want to show all my information. But my Steam games. Like, what is this about? And then I tried to put the Play Store version of GameHub on here and see if it'd be different with just Steam. No, it's the same jazz. Like, I can't load anything. And it's on all these devices. I don't know. Drives me nuts. Let's go to Eden Nightly. Moving on. What's another cool game? Let's see, like, Silk Song. Like, is that locked at 60 or can we play higher than 60? And obviously, I didn't even test this out because we still have the overlay on. I did this all last night. As soon as I got this working with the internet and was playing a bunch of PS5 games, I was like, oh yeah, I should probably make a video on this now, finally. Oh, hell no. That's why. Turn it up. Or you could just turn it off. It's up to you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you guys. Maybe the bass needs to be turned down a little bit. I think that's a little much. I need a heavy bass game besides like just here and there. But I mean, even that sounds good. I don't know. For me, this is like getting a new device that I've been waiting for 8 months. Fine. Alright, you know what? Look at that, boys. Let's go here. Let's tweak let's tweak the sound. So go to device, go to equalizer, and then we got bass gain. I think 12 should be fine. And then go here, close that, go back here. I mean, these speakers are now awesome. They're not the best speakers, but they work and they're clear. So again, it's like getting a whole new device. Now the whole rooting thing, again, I just rooted it because I wanted to investigate the Wi-Fi signal, and I couldn't really do it with stocked A&EO stuff. I couldn't unlock stuff. And then I wanted to undervolt it, which I'm still going to do. I just don't know when. If I have time this weekend, I still have a bunch of stuff to do in the house. You wouldn't even believe. But yeah, you could play, so like, it's going past its refresh rate. 166. We hit 166 frames. Now, I know what you're saying, like, oh, retro handhelds, 24. That's just at 720p. You're right, it is. So, it's a lightweight game, as I think. A lot of people play this on Game Hub. Oh my god, I'm getting so many frames. It's like, again, it's a 2D game. Doesn't matter. It's new, but yeah, it's not the most intensive game to emulate. Like, we could do it this way. We could try 2K. That's more of a G3 Gen 3 chip type deal. So I don't want to lose all my frames. You know, I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm just saying I doubt it's going to be good. But we could definitely try it in dock mode and see how many frames we get. So 1080p, 7-inch OLED. Unfortunately, I can't increase the saturation even when it's rooted, at least not with Odin tools, but there's a different way. Again, another benefit of rooting your device is you can change the saturation, but I gotta get a different app to do so, and I haven't done that either because I ran out of time yesterday. But you best believe this Evo screen's gonna be super saturated. Yeah, see that little bass bump right there? It's not as bad as it was. If I have to start advertising for the Evo, I will. Maybe A&EO will make a G3 Gen 3 chip of the Evo, and then I'll be like, oh man. But the Conquer Fit is basically that. It's just smaller. And I think the Conquer Fit's going to be very comfortable because it goes down even further here. Like I said from the beginning, this don't need no grip, no nothing. It's got the bumps like you wouldn't believe. And that's why I was so excited to start using it for like my PlayStation 5 gaming, like my real gaming. We're at 1080p, we're still getting 166 frames a second. Are you kidding? Unbelievable. I got some dips. You know, 154. Just a few dips, no big deal. But still steady. Wow, okay. Alright. That's good, that's good, that's good. Eat it nightly. Let's go back, let's go back. Now let's take it out of dock mode. And I hope I set this up where I can see everything on the performance overlay. Can't remember, so maybe we should look at that first. Oh, and I took asynchronous shaders off. That's interesting. Or I didn't put it on. Because I didn't set this up. Hold up. And I have VSync on. Ooh. I didn't set up Eat a Nightly. Yeah, no, this is on. Just the standard stuff. Alright, we'll leave it alone for now. But I put it at 2x. Let's see how it plays. Okay, so there's no point because the screen can't do 2x. But we're looking for performance of this chip that we modified with a 1mm thermal pad. And meanwhile, I think we've only been in balance mode with the fan set to low. I didn't put up the temps, so let me just see. 62 Celsius. Yeah, we're getting warm, but not too bad. Alright, let's play. So you can still play this at 2x, and from the way it's looking, you can still get over 60 frames a second on an older chip. At least with this game, not every game. Don't quote me on that one. Oh, got some dips. Still amazing though. Still also amazing. Okay, what's next? What's next? Oh, let's play the most difficult game. And we are going to do this at 1x. This struggles not really on the G3 Gen 3. In fact, we'll do a comparison. Alright, we'll do 1x. Let's load it up and we'll see how it plays. And then over here, because I'm going to be fiddling around with this, I'm putting it back in its case. We'll go here. This should be updated. Hopefully it is. Oh, I passed it. Or did I? A, B, C, D. Alright. Let's see. Okay. Not dark mode. Alright, this is gonna be like sad but true. And remember, this screen could only go to 60, so if I had a refresh rate screen that was higher, probably get higher. Alright, let's try it out. Now this struggled big time. I had to lower the resolution a whole bunch on the Gen 2. Yeah. I crashed on the G3 Gen 3. That's not their fault. It's the app's fault. Again, I don't know. I haven't updated Eden. And I still have to change my background. But that doesn't even load.
Can you hear me?
Hey, dada.
A great darkness threatens this world. Left unchecked, it will swallow it entirely.
Okay then, we're gonna put that down.
It may already be too late. Nevertheless,
What do we do here?
perhaps you,
Pathetic
someone
boy.
magic, might
Oh, you hear the fan? Okay. How did we do this? That's right. So in the Gen 2, I had to use Citron. And in order to get rid of this... Okay, there's a way to do it. But... hold on. There's a way to get rid of that. I wanted to try high graphics, but instead we'll go here. Okay, on Citron, it said to use 3. right? Their version of this, but this crashes games a lot. So let's see if it works on here. It will stay in balance mode, but we'll put the fan to high. But look at that, boys. All this testing, and we got to 86 only. And the fan's been on low, even though you can hear it. It sounds stupid. God, I could never win, but I'm so happy. I'm still so happy. I think I have an autosave.
Here.
So far, so good. Oh, brother. Brother, ew. Alright. Different emulator, different problems, right? That's what I always say. More frames lost. Interesting. And I can't change that. Alright, we'll skip that one. For now. Until I figure out how it works in Eden. I know. It's a bummer. But once I get it working, I can already tell you it's going to be working better than the Portal. Or the what is that thing called? The Thor. But the Thor is awesome for other things, not just performance. Oh, let's go to a classic. Let's go to a classic. If it's on here. Don't think it wouldn't be on here. Tell me it's not. It's gotta be on here. Okay, we'll do Mario Galaxy 2 next, but we'll do Odyssey first. And make that normal. Okay. We'll start off with 720. And this is how I knew when I first changed the thermal pads in my original Evo, I didn't tighten the heatsink. So when I changed the thermal pad, I was getting like, you see how we're getting like over 70 to sometimes 80 frames? I was getting like 30 frames. I was like, what happened? I just changed it. So I went back, took it apart, tightened it, and sure enough that I was back to like the same performance we're getting right here. Over 100 frames. Okay. Fantastic. But let's see what we could get at 1080p. I'm hoping that we get like a 60. A smooth 60. I'm hoping. No guarantees. And if not, we can always try to bump it up. And we can always see if that's going to help because... Oh, the GPU is being utilized. Look at that. So that's good. That means we have the advantage. So let's close that. Okay, some dip. Oh, nope, there you go. Oop. Alright, so since this is utilizing the GPU, we could bump the GPU up a little bit. Put in game mode. And now we're in 70s. Now and we're almost at the 90s. Wow, that was cool. So We are higher than 60, but there are dips just below 60 too at 1080p, which isn't terrible. So what happens when we go to max mode? Since we're utilizing the GPU, let's find out. Now we are more, well, we're steady close staying in the, I would say, the 80 frame mark. But we do dip down to 70, and then now we dip down to below 70. But still, sometimes we reach 80, 92, 94, 96. And I mean, again, it's no point to go to 2x because we're not going to see it. But at 1080p, yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about when I first got this thing. Like, ooh, this was so hard to emulate a year ago. And like, dock mode wise, and look at, you could play 90, 80 frames, crazy sauce. And for reference, let's go back to balance mode to see how much it drops. Even balance mode is still like fantastic. Let's try eco mode. I have this set up too. Oh, even eco mode sometimes gets over 60. Fantastic. All right. So yeah, like I said, I don't think you need the fan to be on blast with this machine as long as you replace the one, if not all, the thermal pads. So when I took this thing apart, just the thermal pad over the CPU is what I took off, and I didn't even do that really correct because you're supposed to take the whole flap off and go underneath it and then take it off completely, not cut around it, and clean it off and put another thermal pad on. But that's how I did it the first time because I was lazy. I didn't like taking things apart, and I didn't want to take any more than I had to, and it worked. And I did it again, and it seems to be just fine. But if you really want to do it the right way, you take that like heatsink cover plate, you take that off completely, and there's RAM. You gotta take the thermal pads off the RAM. There's a bunch of areas that you need to take all the thermal pads off and replace them with new thermal pads. Maybe that's a problem for the screen when you try to push it all back together. Who knows? But I know just taking the thermal pad off the CPU and replacing it with a thicker pad, like my device does not stick out, does not bulge, nothing. Nothing wrong with the screen, works just fine. So you could take it or leave it with that one, but it wasn't the right way. It was the Retro Handheld 24 lazy way. What else do we want to test? There was another game. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, so let's set it up. We don't even have the right driver here, so let's go fetch it. And we'll do the same settings because there's another driver that works with it too. Make sure you get the Qualcomm, not the Elite, obviously. Okay, let's go back, put that on. Let's skip 1X just because I'm pretty sure it'll work. Actually, no, I'm not sure. I take that back because the Odin struggled with 1X. So let's see if 1X works. But we'll turn, and freaking accuracy was on high with Super Mario Odyssey. Are you kidding me? What a joke. Could have got even higher frame rates, but let's try this. And what's cool about this, besides everything with the design, is mostly the screen. Now it's the same screen basically in the Portal, except ANEO tweaked it to have a higher refresh rate. So why that's cool, you know, when are you going to utilize it? Pretty much in just these types of scenarios where the highest emulation we can really do is Switch 1 at this point. And which is fine. But the screen is what's cool, is because we could see how far we could push the Switch games, or how many frames we could get going past 120, because most screens are just 120. Neo has 144, which is cool, but you've seen on this chip that's weaker than the G3 Gen 3 got higher frame rates than 144, 165, so that's even cooler. Alright, so we're in balance mode, and we're already getting above 60. But let's see. And our GPU is being utilized, so I mean, not every Switch game is going to do that, so that's good. Which means we can go higher. But this is what I'm talking about, like, this chip is great once you set it up and you have to do a lot of things to get it working. It's not, I would just go to this versus trying to get this chipset to work. But if you have this chipset, there's ways around a lot of the blowback of the overheating and things of that nature, mostly with the thermal pad. Again, we've been playing for a while. We're still only at 87. I think the fan is on high, but it's not on full. The Pocket Ace would have been at over 110 by now. I still love the Pocket Ace, and I fixed the internet on that one too. Alright, so we're like all over the place, but our frame rates are steady above 60, I would say. So let's go to gaming mode, because this is going to be already taxating. Let's see if we can increase or sustain. Yeah, see? We're dropping, but not by much. We're still above 60. Oop. Oh, that's just because of the shaders. Damn those shaders. Help me, help me. I'm huge! I just can't get over the simple tweak of the speakers, man. I gotta do that on the Pocket S, because those speakers blow, man. I'm just gonna copy the same settings. Now remember, this is just at 1x too, so if we go to 1080p, you know, it's gonna probably be like 60, maybe below, but at 720, look at that. We're almost at 100 frames. Well, in this doesn't really count, you know, because we're just talking, but still. Boom! Ooh, not at 60 anymore. Yep. Well, we made it back to 60. Takes a minute, I guess. Oh, we dipped down to 60. Or below 60, I should say. Boom! And then finally, let's go to max mode and see how it plays. Oh yeah. We're still in the 80s, which is amazing. But even in max mode, like, I think the highest we're gonna get is like maybe 80, 70 to 80 frames at 1x. So again, whatever Nintendo did to this game, they made it very demanding. And to give you an example of that, we'll put in eco mode. Oh my. Even my eco mode is good. My eco mode is doing better. 83? Isn't that crazy? Switch games are weird. 96. What the hell? What a niche thing to like find out for this one game and this one device or this one chipset. Use eco mode, but you have to customize eco mode. It just has a lower GPU frequency, probably a little higher than the Odin 2. But that's a sweet spot apparently. Look at that, 96 frames. And our battery temps, our thermals will be even better. Yeah, it's on high too. Okay, this is enough. You guys get the idea. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Alright. What else? What else? So many games. What do we do? We do Breath of the Wild. We'll start in eco mode. Oh no. Oh, wait a minute. We'll do Breath of the Wild, but let me put the update on. Okay, good. And on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Come here's Switch updates. We gotta look for it. It's at the bottom. Let's go. Oh, jeez. There's so many, I don't know which one's which. Maybe that one? There's so many, I don't know. Oh yeah, we got it. Alright, after this, I'm gonna cut the videos because it's been way too long. And I don't think this video will get too many views just because it's on the Evo. But I'm definitely gonna show this thing more off now that I got it hooked up and more RAM. But Game Hub is really bringing me down, and that's for all my devices. Now remember, boys, we are in eco mode.
Open your eyes.
So if we have to bump it up, which is looking like we will do that.
Wake up.
And we're at 1x. And somehow we're using the GPU in this game. It's so weird because a lot of these games were not utilizing GPU, now they are. We'll go to balance mode now. So we hit 20. That's so weird. Oh, that's why. See this damn emulator, man. There we go.
a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
Like like I said, these speakers are not the best, but it sounds so much better now.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way.
I'll put this RGBs on. Yeah.
Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
I just need to get past the intro and then I'm gonna push it. But our temps are still, look at that, 87.8. Can't believe it. We've been playing Switch games over an hour. And definitely have sustained performance with that thermal pad. Alright, so like right here, we're getting below 30. And we're in balance mode, which sucks. But it's no news because this game is just so damn hard to emulate. So let's go to gaming mode. And still below 30, sometimes 30. And then finally, let's go to max mode. Max mode, you get above 30. 35, 30 something, 33. But you know where we going? We're going to go get our buddies over here. Oh, but wait. We didn't try eco mode.
Link.
Oh, she's
Head for the
calling me.
point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
So eco mode, we're at 25, which again makes sense. We'll make sure nothing else is on. graphics. Well, I mean, we could turn this on and see if it does something. Maybe 2 frames more? Ooh, maybe 30. Okay. I usually don't mess with that because we have performance modes. I don't understand why that would help, but maybe it does. Okay, so eco mode, we're at 30. Let's go straight to gaming. And we'll put the fan on high. Oh no, what have I done? Okay. What up, dude? Get him! Don't have a weapon? You gotta run. I don't think this button works anymore. Oh, it does still work. Look at that. Max mode. Yeah, to be expected. Wee! Wee! I got a weapon. Wee! Give me that arrow, boy. Can you just take stuff from them? I wonder if I could just take stuff. Nope. It got me. That's kind of disappointing. I might have to... Oh! Okay. I remember now. Let's go to gaming mode. This is going to be a custom game mode. Continue. There's a specific way to handle the CPU cores for this game with this chipset. I'm like, why is my frames not like crazy? Alright. 31. Let's see if we can increase it by going to settings, performance, CPU scores, 7, take it down. I think that's how I did it last time. Alright, now let's not die and pause it. And we'll go back to device settings and we'll go to performance and then we'll go to max mode and we'll go here and we'll turn that down to there. I'll go back here. Look at that, 45, 43. Oh, we're dropping. So let's go here. Ah, I'm gonna die. We'll have to do it this way. Hacha! No, not eco mode. Hacha! Hacha! No, not streaming mode. There we go. Wait, one more again. Okay, all that just to get to max mode. Yeah, there we go. Now we hit 40. I'm glad. 41. Okay, we got all of the gain. We got all the gain there. Alright, let's see if this will do better there. $41, $43, $46. Yeah, this one was the GX G3 was tricky because I had to lower one of the max CPU. But I think that's the sweet spot. Alright, that's enough before I die. Woohoo, bye-bye. Okay, that's gonna be it. I'm happy with this. The only thing I might do in the future is swap out the fan. But I still on the if about doing that because I don't want to take it apart. It's not something I like to do. I just done it a lot with this particular device, nothing else. So I got accustomed to doing it, but I still don't like doing it. I shouldn't have to. The fan is annoying. Can I live with it? Probably not, but I'm going to really hold off on doing that because that's not going to affect anything as long as it works and everything. But at the same time, it's going to be like my streaming device. Like I'm going to emulate stuff on here and show it off, but I'm going to be using this for this bad boy because the screen's awesome, the refresh rate's awesome, and just the controls and the way it feels. Like this, like it's the screen's big enough. Like the 6-inch screen is going to be great for emulation purposes, and it's cool because it's small and portable. But I do like this bigger screen, but I like that it's not as big. Here, I got the portal right here. Like the portal is like the same screen, but the way they have this thing and with the grip, don't get me wrong, the form factor is fantastic as well. It's the only thing I don't like about the portal, which I probably won't like on the Odin 3s, these triggers. There's nothing wrong with them, it's just they're slimmer and they don't stick out as much, so it's more like to press directly down. But when you're playing like a game, you tend to put your finger more like that. And I always found myself playing it like this. And it's bigger, like with the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much now. But with this, it just overall, like, I don't have to tilt my hand or anything. Because the triggers, and mind you, we took these triggers off no problem. And they're still fantastic. Like, it was just a well-made device except for the thermals. And their advertisement of the Wi-Fi, because it's not, it's high-speed Wi-Fi, but it should be, it's a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi chip. Even though it's based on the Gen 2, it should be 5 gigahertz. Like it could go to 6 gigahertz, but then it's overwhelming for it. So the speeds, the uploads and download speeds, when you look in your Wi-Fi settings, they'll either one will be higher or the other one will be super low. And then you'll lose connection if you're too close to like a Wi-Fi 6 router, which most people have, if not Wi-Fi 7. So yeah, 5 gigahertz is not the best, I get it, but I rather it work, and getting like 800 down for download speeds is more than enough to stream from a PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 5 Pro in my case. And it should be more than enough to stream from PC and still be able to stream 1080p well above 60 frames a second. So, I mean, you got a refresh rate, 165 hertz. And the great thing about this is that we can find out what games go that high, can play that high. And this is not even the strongest chip. It's a powerful chip. The G3 Gen 3 is more powerful than this chip. But the screen on the Pocket S Pro is just 60 hertz, so it is what it is. You know, gotta wait for the Conquer Fit. So in the meantime, I'm going to be using this for refresh rate. We're going to be using this to find out what that chip can play, what the frame rates can play on PC. I don't need to really worry about going above 60 unless it's a lightweight game. And this, I need to do more stuff on this because people have the portal, but now that I got this working, I spent like a half a year on the portal. I think I'm going to go back to my Evo. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day on Saturday. Have a great weekend. Take care.